Hey Michael, this is Steven. I spoke to you a little bit earlier. In this video, I'm going to be going over three things that you can start doing today that will actually start putting your business or ranking your business above your competitors. Like I said in the map pack and organically, which I'll explain here. So if you do see that I can provide value and actually do this, get this done, you can reach back out if you'd like, or you can just take this information and implement it yourself. So the three things I'll be going over are content, citations, and backlinks. Now, content is basically everything on your website, but we're primarily focused on your homepage. Google likes to see at least anywhere between 1,000 and 1,500 words of content on the front pages of these service-based industry websites. Basically, this gives you plenty of opportunity to add in all these buyer intent keywords. That is the keyword phrases that people are searching for when they're searching for your services online. So what I did is I pulled up your main competitor here, and that's Major Pains. They're coming up. Their website is coming up number one for most of these searches related to window cleaning. So I plugged them into a tool here that I subscribe to called SE Ranking. It basically gives me a behind the scenes view of what Google uses to rank websites. Now, their website, majorpaints.com, is currently being found for 76 keywords. And over the past 30 days, their website was clicked on 145 times because of that. And that's just their website, right? When we're talking about the map pack, that's different, right? And they're getting more clicks from that as well. And I'm going to explain that in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and take a look at your site. So I went ahead and took your website, painswindows.com, and I threw it into the same tool. Your site is currently being found for 12 keywords, and over the past 30 days, it was clicked on 4 times. So we can go back to our competitor here and look at their information, and this tool allows us to click on their keyword number, the 76. And when we click on that, it brings up all 76 keyword and keyword phrases that they're being found for, right? We're not concerned with all of them, but we are concerned with the ones like window cleaning, Raleigh, NC. We call this buyer intent location based. So these are the kind that we want to make sure that you have on your website. So window cleaning, Raleigh, NC, that term alone was searched nearly 400 times in the past month, right? And their number, this says number two, but they're actually number one for that term. But you can go down here and get all the related terms of the services you provide and the locations you serve, right? We want to make sure that those are on your website. So let's go and take a look at your keywords that you're being found for. So you got 12. So I brought those up. So the good thing here is you've got the three main ones, right? But there's a bunch more that you could get on here. But these three main ones you have on here, now that's good, right? The issue is your position. This is putting you position 30 for this one, which puts you either at the bottom of page, what would that be? Bottom of page 3 or the top of page 4. This is page 3, page 4. Um, so you ultimately want to be on page 1, right? Because nobody's really scrolling to that second page. So that's the first thing. That's like your foundation when it comes to your website. You want to make sure you have all the right keywords. Now I'm going to be going over content next. Now, when we're talking about content, when people are searching these, or not content citations, when people are searching these terms like window cleaning, Raleigh, NC, studies have shown that anywhere between 40 to 60% of those people are clicking on one of these businesses on this section on the top here. This is what I was telling you about the map pack. This has to do with your Google business profile. Okay. And nobody is clicking on more businesses. So even if you're number 4 and below, you're virtually invisible, right? They're clicking on one of these. There's two main factors here. One's proximity, which you have, you're in Raleigh. The other is citations. And first and foremost, just like I said on your website, uh, content and keywords are your foundation. Your foundation here is your Google business profile and how it is optimized. It needs to be optimized with the correct categories, the correct services, the correct secondary categories, the right descriptions, right? And you want your name, address, and phone number that's on that Google business profile to match everything else that's online, all these directories, which leads me to citations, right? You want as many of these business citations as you can. Now, a citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online. Now, some examples of these directories are like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau. There's a ton of them. I'm sure you have quite a few, as many businesses do. But the more, the better, right? The more that you have, the better. And it is crucial that your name, address, and phone number is to the T exact on all of these platforms. This creates trust with Google, right? So as long as your Google business profile is optimized and you're in a ton of all these top directories, and your name and address, and this is where most businesses mess up, is their name, address, and phone number is not consistent. You got that, you have that consistency. It builds trust with Google. They're going to push you up into these top three, right? And then we work on your reviews after that, because it's not based on reviews, even though that is a factor. It's not the main factor. So now underneath, oh, and I wanted to show you, I want to put your business in this local grids here to pull up a heat map for you, but you're not showing up. Mine's not showing up either. I've been in business for a little over a year. It's still not showing up in here. But I did bring up one of the companies, and they're showing up number 11. But this is a 5 mile radius from the center of whatever business you're searching for. And this gives you like where they're at. So like this business I searched, they're pretty much invisible because, they're at 7, 8, they're 11 at the center here, right? And you want to be, and this will give you a list of who's ranking number one around this area. Of course, that's Major Pains, Easy Flow, and When the Ninjas Raleigh. Everybody underneath is virtually invisible, right? But this is basically a tool we use. Once I think you start getting more established with your Google business profile and citations, you will actually show up, and we'll be able to track you on here. So let's get back to our results page here. Now, underneath the map pack is Google's organic search results listing. And the number one, this has to do with backlinking. The number one spot here captures anywhere between 30 to 60% of all the clicks, which that makes it the most clicked on position on the page. So this is between 40 to 60, but it is split in between these three businesses. Number one spot here gets all those clicks all to itself, right? So backlinks are the main factor. Now, when we're talking about backlinks, it's essentially you have other websites out there, right? And say, for example, some of these websites have a link on one of their pages that when that link is clicked, it links back to your website. This is an example of a backlink. And Google uses backlinks as like an online referral system. And the more relevant and popular that these sites are with your industry and with Google, the better for you guys. So say for your website. So say, for example, you have a local blog page or a popular industry site that's linking back to your website. That's what's actually going to help push your website up in Google's rankings. So I want to go back and visit this tool that I showed you earlier. This is our competitor again. And we were focused on this section earlier, the traffic and the keywords. Now I'd like to focus on this section on the right here called referring domains and backlinks. Now it's to be clear here, it's through your content primarily or keywords that Google is able to find you, right? If that's not right, they're not going to be able to find you. But once they find you, they got to determine where they're going to place you on their list. And that is all determined by your backlinks, primarily where you're getting your backlinks from. So our number one competitor here has 216 backlinks coming from 109 other websites. So let's look at yours. You're currently getting 20 backlinks from 15 websites. So it's a bit of a disparity there in numbers, but the good news is that it's not so much about the numbers. It's about, let's go back to our competitor, it's about the relevance and popularity, really, of the websites they're getting their backlinks from. So again, like with the keywords, we can actually click on this number and we want to see where our competitor is getting all their backlinks from. So we can click on that 109, and these are all the websites they're getting backlinks from. And we have the ability to go in here and find which websites are actually moving the needle for them, right? Because some of them are, some of them aren't. We can determine which ones they are. We'd want to get backlinks from all those websites, right? If we were to do that, and this is assuming at this point that your content and your keywords were correct, that would actually put your website in contention for that number one spot. Now, what would really put you over the top is if you did that and then when you're done, month after month, add anywhere between 10 to 20 additional backlinks from highly relevant sources, other websites. This would eventually put you over the top and you would take over all that traffic. Now, just to recap, first thing is going to be, sorry about this. Okay. Content, you want at least anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500 words on your homepage with the right keywords and the right amount of keywords. Second is going to be citations, right? You want your Google business profile optimized, and then on these directories, you want to get in as many as you can. And it's crucial to make sure that your NAP, your name, address, and phone number is exactly the same on all these platforms. And then lastly are backlinks. You need more relevant websites linking back to your website in order to show Google that it's you guys that are the authority when it comes to window cleaning in and around the Raleigh-Durham area. Okay, so Michael, like I said at the beginning, feel free to take this information and implement it yourself. Or if you would like, you could give me a call or just respond back to this email. Again, my name's Steven. I live right outside of Fayetteville, North Carolina here. Like I said, you can respond back to this email or give me a call at 910-551-2006. But either way, man, I hope you stay warm out there and you have a good rest of your day. All right, man, take care. Bye.